We have to read every question.
Okay.
We're professionals.
If you had to tongue a haunted bum, who would it belong to?
Excellent question. Christopher, do you want to tell which haunted anus you would partake in first?
Yes, the ghost of Joshua.
And why Joshua? What's particularly pleasing about that bumhole?
It just, I don't know. There was something about him. It was a spiritual experience I had over 103 years ago.
Yes,
Can't go
makes
into too
sense.
much detail because I signed a confidentiality agreement with Joshua.
Very
But
wise,
what I will
very
say, he was a very moist boy.
That makes sense to me. It's all coming together, Peter.
Oh, how harrowing.
I'm
So anyway,
terrified.
So whilst you guys are off doing your investigative work before the episode, I'm quite rightly playing walking football with Reg, Alf, Paul, Zenit, and Maureen down at the local walking football tournament, and we're bottom of the league. We've lost all games 86-0, but I enjoy it, and it's good for keeping the old ticker going. So yes, that's what I do.
Peter, what did you get in your 5th subscription of your mini Deuce play? What did you obtain?
Oh yes, I love this section of the stream.
I cannot recommend highly enough. And that, if for anyone who's interested, is www full stop. Please send me a mini disc in the post every week, full stop, com, full stop, com. And obviously each week you get a new mini disc sent to you in the post. And the past weeks we're getting into quite a list now.
Do you want to, for anybody that's never been in, do you want to go through 1 to 4 so far, and then obviously unveil who you got in the post this week?
Very much so. So, week 1, as always, we had quite a heartfelt conversation about the fantastic song by Eric Clapton.
Masterpiece.
It's a wonderful love song called "You Look Wonderful Tonight." Week 2 was Paul Young's "Wherever I Lay My Hat," and it's applicable to me because I had a hat and I can't find it. So I should probably take note of that.
Yes.
Week 3, again, went out of left field, listened to a heavy metal band, Mastodon, with the song Shit Yourself, which, again, it's different, but it got me G'd up for the episode.
Excellent.
Which brings us to week 4. Last week, I received the brilliant song by David Bowie, and the song Star Men, which, again, I believe there was an explicit version available to listen to, but obviously I was too scared to get that.
That can't be true.
Well, apparently Genocycle the 5th ordered that version. Very popular band called Colin in Cumbria with their song Welcome Home. And I have been smashing that song from pillar to post all week.
How does it go, Peter? Can you remind us?
I'll sing us out perhaps tonight, shall I? There's something to
that'd be lovely.
So what was that band called again, Peter?
So that was a band called Colin in Cumbria. Very, very reputable band.
Oh no, it's here.
Oh, lovely.
This week's stream sponsor is Pluge Electronic Wipes.
Reputable company again.
I use them every day.
Very, very useful.
Thank you, Pluge.
Can I just say, as a bit of a disclaimer, I made the mistake of using those Pluge wipes to wipe my bottom after going to the toilet, and it stung for about a month. So it's just a warning, don't wipe your bottom with them.
It does say clearly on the packet here, do not wipe your bum.
Yeah, well, I obviously didn't have my readers on, so that's, again, my bad. I'm not pointing any blame at Pluge, but are you okay, Jonathan? Oh, dear. It must be. It's a fly in the room.
There's a fly in the room.
Sorry, I think I maybe washed my drinking cup with a Pluge wipe.
The icon there is pretty clear. Do not wipe your bum.
Yeah, I have to cop that one. That was my idiotic fault. But if you do it, it stings for weeks. So just leave it clear.
Dear.
It's time to get into what we do at Mostly Haunted.
Yes.
We are the fastest growing and most successful paranormal experts that have ever roamed this earth. Peter, do you maybe want to read the is it a question or a comment from Mr. Nam Buzel?
Meteorologists are warning that we're on the verge of a climate disaster. They claim this is down to global warming. However, some notes left by the late Michael Jackson were found at RAF Mount Gash near Hogston Moor. These notes contained admissions from the singer that he was haunted by a ghost, which forced him to release 50 billion tons of CO2 into the upper atmosphere. What do you make of this?
Now, that's an interesting point. I was not aware that Michael Jackson released any sort of carbon
I
dioxide.
think the only thing Michael Jackson released was some pop bangers, as the kids say.
Yeah, and I'm hoping in a future Mini Doos collection to get Billy Joan. Reputable song, again by Michael Jackson.
Very reputable. But I will say, I don't. I've never heard of Michael Jackson at RAF Mount Gash. That doesn't make sense to me, Peter.
It doesn't, unfortunately. I've never heard of Mount Goosh. Following on from another point from Nambozel, I've something's coming to me through Percy when I'm reading this. It says, "Baby, love really hurts without you, and it's breaking my heart." Now, what is that?
Yes, Beryl's left a few notes, I believe. Have you seen the group Dropbox?
I have not. Beryl removed me from it.
Yes, she removed me as well for swearing at her.
I'd tell her off, but as you know, she's on her 3-month break.
Yes, rightly so. Very much so, I think.
She's on her sabbatical to Morecambe.
So, yes, I don't want to give too much away, but we will be visiting a very haunted location in the United Kingdom of Scotland. And
Christopher Nicholas doing? Shall we have a look?
I hope he's okay.
I'm just checking the Pluges here.
Oh, good. Yes, thank you again, Pluge. Yes, so we will be going to the United Kingdom of Cardiff, which is an extremely busy location for the spirits. And again, it's called Ogert Lane, or Ogert Lane as the locals call it.
Oh dear, I don't actually know what to suggest. That was my knowledge of the week, the brown sugar.
I mean, I've been with Christopher Nicholas for 347 years, and the subsequent 6 investigations we've done that in that time. And it's always worked having some Demerara sugar, and he just tosses it at anything that scares him. So, for example, he's in a dark room and he goes and just throws some sugar, and it's worked so far. So the fact that the scabby spirit is so aggressive that it's eaten through the sugar, that is something that we might have to take to a directors meeting actually and look into, because that's quite worrying.
I'll write that down right now. That needs to be brought up in the next board meeting.
Absolutely.
That's an excellent question.
That is an
Deary
excellent
me.
question. Deary me, deary me.
Deary me.
Obviously, this is the greatest piece of equipment we can have for levels of ghosts, and simply all we need to do is update the firmware. We've got an update ready.
New piece of equipment there, Peter.
Yes, Peter, what is that? That looks quite excellent. Is that what Patrick got off Amazonia?
Is that scab cream?
This isn't cream, no. This is the Cadbury 8000 EMF reader. This is a prototype. I got it off Amazon. I've just been trying it out today, and the readings have been very, very interesting.
What do the readings go up to, Peter?
12.
Okay, and what have the readings been today out of 12?
1.
Oh, I'm excited to use this equipment.
So I think the Cadbury is going to be a game changer in our next couple of investigations.
Absolutely, yes.
And it also doubles as a hat as well.
Oh, quite a stylish piece of clothing.
Yes,
there.
that's very fashionable, Peter.
That's what I thought. So yeah, that will be coming along next time.
Oh, Sue Coldwell, an excellent question again. My second question, of a similar line of thinking, is: can ghosts drink milkshakes?
I will cover that, as I'm over the moon to say in my skeptic course there is actually a section about dairy and ghosts. So I can confirm to you, without a shadow of a doubt, ghosts cannot drink dairy. Once you pass over, your corpse does become lactose intolerant. It might send them to hell.
I actually read something about that on the Boong search engine.
Excellent search engine.
Although you are correct in what you say, Jonathan, whether it's true or not, what I read the article, if ghosts drink milkshake, you can actually see the milkshake. So, for an example, if the ghost was in hiding and they hadn't formed yet, you can actually see the milkshake.
Yes,
yes,
I have actually observed that.
Yes.
Can we just?
Excuse me, Jonathan.
Speaking of that, can we just echo what Mr. Nambuzzle has said? If you do want to buy some Pluge wipes, if you use the code WipeYourHauntedBox22 for 22.375% off your next order.
I have done that, and it's very reasonable. It only cost me £89 for 15 wipes.
That's excellent.
It is absolutely excellent.
Oh. But as we were saying earlier, don't actually wipe your haunted box with them because it
please
will
don't.
sting.
We will not be held accountable.
Don't be wiping your fart box, as the children say.
No, please,
you okay,
please
Peter?
don't. Oh my
Peter, you okay?
Some of them I drink went down the wrong hole.
Are you drinking milkshake?
Yes, the new clear milkshake from Guinness.
So, fellow Peter Buxton fans, don't forget to join the growing Facebook group of Peter Files. The first 100 also get branded T-shirts. Correct. Team Christophans have already got their T-shirts, and so do Jonathan's. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've seen these Facebook groups around, but I didn't think there was anything to them. But apparently they're real.
Beryl, what are you doing here?
Oh, she's not there.
She's just pulled up.
Oh,
a Renault Megane's outside.
Pretend you're not in.
Shut the curtains.
I can't. She's seen me. She's waving.
Don't wave.
Go home. I'm so sick of you. Off away from you. 3 get away.
Unbelievable behaviour from Beryl. We're very sorry, chat. We are very
sorry. Beryl, reverse and get out. You sick.
She's embarrassing us in front of the 39 million thousand viewers we've got here.
Go on, put it in reverse.
Beryl can't reverse.
As soon as you're going, I want you to peep your horn that you're leaving. Thank you. Yes, she's pulling off. She's pulling off, thank God.
I have it on a textual message. Apparently this is the spirit of Gorilla Monsoon.
Gorilla Monsoon? And where did Gorilla Monsoon go?
Peter?
Oh,
there's Peter. Hello, Peter.
The good old off and on, it always works. Thanks for that, Beryl.
It's great to have you back, Peter.
I thought she'd gone.
Has she gone?
Well, no, she's laughing from the window of a Megane. Evil pig.
Evil pig. Good
she's
grief.
Really pushing my buttons.
So, chat, I'm going to come to you. Do you have any questions for the team? Don't forget Peter's not wearing his glasses.
Yeah, I don't have my readers with me.
On a recent excursion to the catacombs in Paris, an old...
Are you okay, Jonathan?
So I became quite nauseous. An old lady warned me to not touch the skulls without making a very specific noise at 65.89 hertz. My copy of Mary Berry's autobiography that I carry with me at all times seemingly became defaced during my time in the tunnels. The cover now says baking with Anita Ball beige. Can I ask Peter what he makes of this? Excellent question, and quite a harrowing ordeal. I'm sorry you had to go through that, Mr. Namboozle.
So I'm pleased that Namboozle mentioned this Anita Ball beige. So it's actually Ball Barge. And the name came to me, certainly. I was at a show maybe 10 years ago where you watch flying contraptions whoosh up and down in the sky. And there was a very, very famous man doing the commentary that day. I believe his name is Peter Dickinson. He was reading a section out of messages that people could send in. And in his voice, He read,
Happy birthday! 60th birthday to Anita Balbage!
and that name has haunted me for years ever since. And obviously, Nambu's Lay still quite upset by the name Anita Balbage.
So why, after he's told this harrowing tale, does the cover now say baking with Anita Balbage?
Well, I think she runs deep in the baking world. Maybe she likes to. She has maybe dermatitis and she rubs her flaky hands in pudding batter.
Would you say she's behind some of the treats of the time?
She could quite well be, you know, parsley, caviar, haddock.
Did she ever make Sewell pudding?
She did. She invented Sewell pudding, did
Really?
Balbage.
No, I don't think that's true.
No, I
She
don't
did.
think that's
No.
correct, Jonathan.
In a recent investigation, the chef of the establishment we were at actually created the legendary Sewell pudding.
Yes,
so,
with Anita Balbage.
one more question from Susan Caldwell, the legendary Susan Caldwell. Peter, do you want to read that one out?
Oh, yeah, very much so. So, I have a harrowing story. One night, when I was asleep, I had a dream with a ghost in it. Then I woke up and my blanket was on the floor. Could this have been ghostly in nature? Now,
Oh, how harrowing!
I mean,
I
this is textbook ghoul.
it is. This is
What's
this
a
dream
ghoulish
is about.
story?
See, you know, we've spoken in the past about paranormal activity. I believe this is normal activity.
Yes, this is very normal.
Yes, I believe maybe a gust of wind or perhaps a leg that's gone awry as you turn over to the other side could have knocked it on the floor.
I would like to bring a skeptic's point of view towards this. I believe that maybe Susan Caldwell and Bob Caldwell had a movie night that night. I believe they ate one too many popcorns, and I believe that was actually Mrs. Caldwell's flatulence that actually blew the bedsheet off. And obviously that she maybe woke up to a harrowing stench, and she must thought, smell. I've followed the boys for 57 years, and obviously everything that's in the supernatural world is quite of Pongy origin.
From Nam Boosley again. I think this is for Jonathan Mark. Was the stench a sand fart? Now, could you explain what a sand fart is to people that maybe don't know?
Yes, I absolutely will. A sand fart is one of the most terrifying things a parapsychologist or paranormal expert or any of the team can come across.
Could not agree more with that. So I'm just writing that down because I think that's really important information.
Ryoun is here.
Oh, Mr. Ryoun.
Also known as, obviously, the legendary Billy Vossentascher, the greatest train conductor to ever have lived. So, Billy, can I just say, firstly, it's an absolute pleasure to have such a legend of his craft in the chat.
Royalty, some may say.
Very much so.
Rightly so, I would say. So, Mr. Vossentash and Lady Sarah, it's wonderful to have you here.
Apparently, this is Gorilla Monsoon.
Oh, I can see the resemblance. Yes.
It makes sense, doesn't it, once you have a look?
Yeah, if you look into those eyes. Yeah.
Yes.
That's definitely Gorilla Monsoon. Yeah.
It's quite an overbite, isn't it?
Quite the overbite, yes.
What is some facts that we've got about this character, Peter?
Well, before they took on the moniker of Gorilla Monsoon, they just went by the name of Kathy. That's all I'm getting. Kathy. That creature was called Kathy, then became Gorilla Octavius Monsoon.
Right, that's quite a shift, isn't it? So what did Kathy used to do before coming GOM?
Well, Kathy used to inherit the body of Gorilla Monsoon.
Right, sort of like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of deal.
Yes, and now Kathy was obsessed with eating staples. Didn't matter what size staple.
I can understand that. I actually can, yeah.
She loved the taste of iron, so she would devour staples at an alarming rate. And when the iron levels in her blood hit a certain pH, she turned into Gorilla Monsoon, which you can see in this photo there. So Kathy into Gorilla Monsoon. It's also, I believe, Jonathan, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Kathy into Gorilla Monsoon a 2010 album by Colin in Cumbria?
Yes, very correct. Actually, I believe Kathy did play bass guitar for Colin in Cumbria for quite a while, actually.
So like Kathy has the diabetes.
She does have the diabetes.
She has the iron diabetes.
Yes. Which
Excellent.
I believe are playing Leeds Arena next month, if anyone's interested.
Yes, they are actually.
I believe, if memory serves, Dr. St. Culver is looking for a lady Culver. So maybe this is the answer.
Yes. Is Big Man Teeth around? Maybe Big Man Teeth will be interesting.
Yes, if maybe Big Man Teeth would probably swipe right, as the kids say. On that is a beautiful face.
Rock Talk with Dr. St. Culver, which we're very excited to add to the Mostly Haunted Empire.
I am in Dipley Alone. Oh, in Rotterdam. Yes, lovely area is Dipley Alone. Have you ever been there, Peter?
I have, and just before I talk about that, Noswadaima has compared Kathy to the very disgusting spirit we looked at last week, In Memoriam Brideas.
Oh, in Memoriam Brideas. Yes, that was the it was on the back of like a funeral brochure, was it?
It was.
Kathy, that's her in her heyday. She looks quite beautiful, I think.
Look at the lovely hairstyle.
Can we just say, 15 million viewers. It's lovely that you're all here with us.
Unbelievable. Thank you very much.
Mr. Nambersley, again, when you next investigate in the People's United Kingdom of Scotland, let me know if you'd like some devices to help draw in spirits. I'm good friends with Archie Tunnett. I can get you a large supply of tea cakes or wafers, which would be most useful.
Oof.
Oh, I think tea cakes would be great to keeping Patrick quiet. Maybe keeping him off TikTok.
Oh, I found another picture, gentlemen.
Have you?
Look at this.
Oh, dear.
Yes. This is when Gorilla Octavius Monsoon went for bilateral cataract surgery.
Yeah,
it definitely looks like she's having some sort of procedure here.
Yes, I believe this is just in the anaesthesia room before going in and getting those absolute gargantuous eyes chopped apart.
She's also had septoplasty here, I think, by the looks of those two cavernous holes.
It does very much look like she has had her nose widened so she could maybe breathe with her pig snout a little bit better.
I think so as well. Maybe the procedure on the eyes is because she's straining too much when she goes to the water chamber. Maybe she's having them pushed back in.
See, I believe they're pickled eggs. I don't think they are eyes. I think they're.
So do you think maybe she had a bilateral eye transplant and she had them taken out and replaced with maybe some pickled eggs?
That makes sense to me, Peter.
I think we've cracked it. Patrick has said, "Well done, boys." Another 15 sponsors have come in from that we've just done.
Oh, excellent! Get them sent in the group chat. We have a question from Sue Caldwell again, and I think it's a very good one. You're on fire tonight, Susan.
It always is.
Can ghosts drink iron brew?
Absolutely, they can. If that is something they would like. Obviously, if there's any spirits watching, obviously you can't get the drinks yourself. But if you want to get in contact with Mostly Haunted Doc, give me a drink. We can facilitate you having any drink apart from cream soda. Obviously, for obvious reasons, what we've gone through tonight.
I'm scared. I'm actually quite scared here.
I'm scared too.
I'm thinking about turning around for a minute.
He's just knocking on. Yes, Tim.
I don't know what's going on at Mostly Haunted HQ. People are just misbehaving.
What do you mean the police are here? It's not Beryl, is it? You've seen them on CTV, they're just pulling up.
Oh. Can you get rid of them?
I don't want to do this, but can you tell Patrick? He's going to have to get his suit, take off his surgery gown, and he's going to have to put his suit on and go speak to them. They're getting impatient.
Sorry, viewers.
Peter, please go ahead.
Right, so I don't know if people have seen the news this week of the popular footballer, now a disgraceful, large-headed manager from a team that I can't even mention without being sick. But he was photographed asleep in a hotel room. Now, I think this is one of those lost photographs of... Jonathan, do you know the name of the player? Because you know I'm not up on my football teams.
Yes, is it William Brunei?
William Routledge, correct.
That's the one.
This is one of those photos that was taken of him while he was asleep. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry, Jonathan.
Cuzzy33 says it's Steve Bruce. And
I think you might be right, Cuzzy. I think it might be Steve Bruce. I think he might have had a kebab and then maybe put the towel over his head. But I could be wrong.
You can't be angry. You know, I ordered a doner kebab and they didn't put sweet chili sauce on it. You know, the boys have tried everything. They've done their best. But at the end of the day, they've let me down with my order.
It's Christopher to do another test, maybe, like last week.
I think he's just writing a lot
I dropped
down.
a shoe.
Oh, dear.
Again.
Dear me. Christopher, would you mind passing me it back, please?
I'll have to pass it to Peter and he'll have to pass it to you. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Come on then.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're passing that in, Peter. Can you pass it to me?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, all right, I've got it.
You got it?
Yeah, just put it under. Put it under. You got it? I've got it. I've got it.
Oh, you got it.
I've got it.
Oh,
Fantastic.
thank you for that, gentlemen.
Fantastic. Well done. This is interesting. I believe this is Bartholomew Jagger.
Are you okay, Peter?
I think I've just swallowed that said fly. It's gone right
dear.
down my
Well, at least it's
window
gone.
pass. It's gone now, and I've got a bit of protein as well.
Absolutely.
So, are we thinking this is Bartholomew Terrans, Bartholomew Graham Jagger?
Wow, you were the one that was possessed a few times by Bartholomew. Did you feel this hat?
It's a wonderful hat.
It is a very, very nice hat. And, you know, I
Is
think
this
it
what he
might-
would wear? He wanted to wear for your lasagna meal.
He said
I
to
mean,
me,
he definitely has put a lot of effort in there. He looks
Yeah.
quite stunning, if I'm being honest.
he does. He said, Christopher, if you have the meal with me, I will wear my Pope hat for you.
Could this maybe be Dr. Popcorn Chicken?
Mm.
You okay, Peter?
Well, thinking it, we've seen Marcel Moon in a past stream, haven't we, when we looked
have.
at that video?
Yes.
So it can't be her.
Sorry.
Yeah, you
I
can't
got
say
so
that
scared.
name around Jonathan.
I do apologise,
Please don't
Jonathan.
say that name. It gets over my car.
Unbelievable. To me, this looks like Lenny Hoonry.
Yes. I saw him at a Premier Inn once. He was, I'd booked a room. I went in
Was
for
he
a well
asleep,
and...
Peter?
Was he what, sorry?
Was he asleep?
Well, I went into the room I thought I'd been given by the Premier Room staff. I went
Yes.
in, and who was in my bed but Lenny Henry? Spread eagle in my bed, fast asleep. And I said, Lenny Henry, please leave.
I bet he didn't wake up because you didn't say the correct name.
But no, he didn't. He didn't wake up because the beds there are so comfortable. He was in too much of a deep sleep.
I know why. He didn't want a refund, which they've had to give him if he didn't have a good sleep.
Absolutely.
But what about, I hope you got a refund, Peter, for this abhorrent mistake on behalf of the
did.
hotel.
I got the vegan breakfast that the nearby establishment was offering, which unfortunately their selection was poor, so my breakfast was just a bowl of shredded wheat. But nevertheless,
Oh, I bet you were maybe popping off a few sand pumps, Peter.
they were, well, without being too crude, they were hot ones, and you know if they're hot,
Oh,
you're in
dear.
trouble.
Oh, dearie me, dearie me.
That is a phenomenal question from Billy Washentasher. I propose a theory. Everything here is linked. This is the doctor that botched Kathy/Gorilla Octavius Monsoon's eye surgery, and the laminate flooring was the floor in the operating room.
I mean, that's one hell of a theory. Bravo, Mr. Ryoun.
Just another thing that is spot on, but you may want to cover your ears here, Jonathan, whilst I mention this. But I think Gorilla Monsoon quite well be a distant relative of Marcel Monspoon.
Oh, no.
I think they were blood relatives when Kathy had her pickled egg eyes put in. So maybe that's why we've got a link going on so strongly here tonight with obviously
You
Jonathan.
didn't say that name, did you? Don't say that name.
What, Colin? Colin?
I won't. Peter, I've saved you many a time on investigation. I appreciate you don't say that name in front of me. I can't deal with it.
Peter, stop saying the name.
I'm going to have to... Who are you talking to? I won't have this, Peter.
You think you're clever by swearing, Jonathan? We've got 46,000 people watching, and you're mouthing off like a sewer mouth.
Peter, less of this. Makes our investigation, makes our job so worthwhile when we do manage to make one of them pass away. Pass on. You okay, Peter?
Flies galore tonight.
Yes, like I said, if we can make a happy spirit pass away, it really is. It's just... You okay, Peter?
Very much so. He poses a good question, though. Say Jonathan maybe says something too naughty and upsets a lot of people, and Patrick has no choice but to send him packing. Who would we have to replace such an irreplaceable person, Christopher?
Oh, Jonathan Mark is irreplaceable. We come as a team of 3. If one of us isn't here, none of us are here.
Jonathan, who would you like to replace you if you did get booted out the door for your vulgar language?
Oh dear.
You're not helping yourself with this silly behaviour, Jonathan.
Excuse me, that was not me.
Who was it?
I am happy to say, if anything was to happen to me, if a spirit was able to get me and make me pass away, I am delighted to announce that I have found myself a replacement like all good paranormal staff should do, and I'm delighted to say that Curly Watts will be taken over from me should I perish in the line of duty.
Can I just say I have already spoken and agreed my replacement will be, again, Sky Sports News' very own Jeff Stelling. He will be replacing Peter Gerald Buxton should I leave for any reason. Christopher, who would replace you should you leave the show?
I had a feeling that question was coming, so I'm trying to make a list here, but I am struggling. Give me a minute, and I'll think of somebody. Oh, sorry. I know who I would want to replace me.
Go on.
Okay.
Not Derek Ackra.
No, we don't talk of these people.
No.
I would like the reputable former ECW champion Kamala to replace me.
Well, that unfortunately, I'm not sure if you've heard, but I believe that man has passed over to the other side.
Are you sure?
Yes, very much so. I had a chat with him and Percy a week ago about new range of Soof washing detergent. It's apparently quite popular in the underworld.
Have you actually had Kamala sign the deal?
No, I can't do that because unfortunately he has passed away. I
refuse to believe it.
I'm sorry, unfortunately he is brown bread. You know, just incredible Cliff Parisi has agreed to... he's obviously quite emotional, so I think that would be something quite good for... Is he okay? He's crying, I think. He's quite emotional. So obviously he will overtake if anything happens.
So the lineup, should we all get sacked, would be...
not should we sack. We will never get sacked.
Perished.
This is if we fall in the line of duty. So we're happy to say that Mostly Haunted 2.0 would be Curly Watts, Jeff Stelling, and Cliff Parisi, which I've got to say is good. It's not this, obviously, but it's an excellent team. It's a great team.
Jonathan,
he might have passed on as well.
No, Jonathan, I believe a little bird told me that you do an excellent voice interpretation of said Vernon Scripps. Could you perhaps give us a whirl?
No, I don't think I could ever do Vernon. Vernon Scripps. Is Vernon the same as what I thought?
I believe he was the tall man with the long grey hair and the moustache that worked at the garage in...
I do. Sorry, I'm delighted to say that Onslow will be actually taken over from Patrick
he won't.
Monaghan.
He won't, because Onslow, again, has passed
They
on.
haven't got him, have they?
Yes, he's passed over.
Oh dear, David. Oh dear, David. I'm also delighted my backup, Claude Greengrass, will be taken over from... he hasn't passed away, has he? No.
I surely hope not. I'm confident he can carry us over into the Amazon Prune era.
Peter, Claude Greengrass has not passed away, has he?
Yes. Pretty much...
Oh dear. Oh dear, we really need to be safe.
While we wait for that, gentlemen, Peter, I'll start with you. What are your plans for the weekend coming up?
Well, as I said earlier, I've taken up skateboarding, so I'm probably going to go down to Hogston Skate Park, do a couple of lengths of that on my skateboard, and then perhaps go to the Hogston Arms for some pickled quim.
The reputable Hogston Arms. Are you going to see Graham there?
Yeah, I've booked some time in with Graham because he's a good tattoo artist. I'm going to get a piece done on my back that just says Peter.
Yes.
In the reputable font Comic Sans.
I can't wait to see that.
Yes, it's check the Instagram. Yeah.
Jonathan, what are you up to the weekend coming up?
So I'm just popping over to the local university to sign my name up for the course.
Yes.
I'm very thorough in my role, and then I'm in fact taking Patrick out on his scooter. Is to get him some fresh air. Maybe get him maybe take him to Bon Marché and get him a dress, maybe, just so he can be as comfortable as possible with his surgery scar. And then I'll maybe go take him to the co-op to maybe get some foam bananas.
Absolutely, I'm very excited for that, gentleman.
Christopher, have you got any eating competitions coming up?
No eating competitions as such, but what I was supposed to keep from you two, with regards to the latest sponsorship deal, but I just can't because we are the team of dreams, is I'm actually getting a private tour of the Pluge factory.
Wow.
Ooh. Can we maybe send the cameras along for that?
I think we shall. On behalf of all of us here at Mostly Haunted, thank you again for joining us. This is the fastest growing paranormal community in the world. We are super happy and we can't wait to deliver you more content. So, join us next time for more ghostly goings on.
But you weren't honest.